we stand at the edge of an abyss. It's almost too late. The city burns down around your ears, and you do nothing. You wait for them to save you? I promise you, you'll learn to fear the machine men. They're among us. I'd seen the footage, but that shit could be doctored easily. These people are probably freaking out for nothing.
You know, what if it's true, man? An army of cog soldiers? Detroit will be a police state in no time. Nazism, man, right here in the US of A.
Stop jumping to conclusions. Don't be a sheep like the rest of this mob. Goaded on by Taggart and his purist cult.
They ain't a cult, man. They just believe in preserving what God gave us.
Apparently they don't care about causing millions of dollars in damage to the city. Bunch of opportunists, if you ask me.
What are you? Some advanced robotic cop or something? You ain't got no right to keep us down. We got rights.
Not exactly a great day to be a Detroit citizen. Hope you're not one of these dudes smashing up the city.
You've got no right!
Stay quiet until the wagon gets here.
We was being peaceful, man. Why you gotta be so straight?
Stay calm. No one will get hurt.
You sure you closed the door?
Yeah. Of course I did. Who do you think I am? An idiot?
You're not gonna make me answer that, are you?
Access granted.
Pritchard, looks like Sandoval's got a secret bunker. I'm gonna flush him out.
Let's hope he's still there.
Why do we always get assigned to the shittiest spots?
Yeah, why would anyone come down here?
I think they're afraid someone's gonna try to sneak a bomb into the doc's locker.
I'd be more worried about what's in the doc's head than what's in its locker.
And this is why I urge every member of my staff, every man and woman dedicated to the true mission of the Humanity Front, to do the same. Isaias, if you're watching this, I beg you, do not allow misplaced anger to destroy everything we have struggled to achieve.
It's over. He knows I can't come back from that.
Everybody knows, Sandoval. You can't hide from what you've done.
What I've done, Mr. Jensen. I spent years patching people back together from augmentation botch jobs and systemic organ rejection brought on by implants. And now, because of Bill's betrayal, I'll never practice medicine again.
You really want to help someone? Tell me where Sarif scientists are.
I wish I could, Mr. Jensen. But my involvement ended right after I failed to remove their GPLs.
You failed?
Turns out, my surgical skills weren't good enough to bypass David Sarif's insurance policy. So for all I know, those little implants are broadcasting right now, on a frequency so low your network specialist wouldn't think to look for it.
You changed the frequencies.
You have your answers, Mr. Jensen. And I've lost all of mine. The courts may think I have much to atone for, but my court will be a higher one.
Controversial satellite footage.
How about I take that gun with me when I go?
You got everything you came for. Please, just leave.
Believe it or not, I'd rather you didn't kill yourself.
That's because you have no idea what tortures I've endured. The guilt, the shame. I was told the scientists would be used to find a peaceful solution to the augmentation crisis. Instead, I was involved in kidnapping and murder. My life ended that night. It's time for me to go.
Think about it. Are you really in such a hurry to face that higher court of yours?
At least there are no lies before God. Did you see that abominable press conference? William Taggart all but accused me of terrorism. He claimed that all the violence committed in the name of our cause was the result of my influence.
So stay alive long enough to tell him your side of the story.
He already knows it isn't true. I trusted that man. For years I gave him loyal service, and he betrayed me. He sacrificed my freedom and good name to save the reputation of his organization. It's no use fighting him. He'll just spin it again. At least if I die, he'll never be able to use me again.
Look, I understand your situation better than you think. I quit the force because I couldn't stand what the people in charge were doing to it. But they went to the press and told them I'd been the problem the whole time. Power always sacrifices its subordinates to save itself. But you have my word. You can get through this.
I appreciate your faith in me, Mr. Jensen. And remembering that others have gone through similar events can be helpful. But is it enough? I made it my life's work to try and help people. But Humanity Front was losing people to the so-called enhancement industry every day. Those scientists were my last chance to stop the insanity, and I failed. If anything, my actions helped the pro-augmentation camp.
So you've had a couple of setbacks. Your reputation is shot and you're going to jail. Fine. Killing yourself is not the way to find redemption. At least behind bars, you still have a chance to help people. You're smart, healthy, and educated. You know that.
You're right. And some people have found a strength in prison they never knew they had. How did it come to this? People died in that kidnapping, and I helped plan it. I might as well have killed those people myself. I can no longer look my wife in the eyes, and she's the person I love and trust more than anyone in this world. There's simply no place for me among humanity anymore.
We all have problems, Sandoval. We all have something to atone for. You, me, even Taggart. Your wife will understand that. as will the rest of your family. They'd rather see you live and atone for what you've done than watch you die in shame. Whatever lies ahead, they aren't gonna let you face it alone.
I wish I had your certainty, Mr. Jensen. But you are correct. For the sake of my family, I must give this another try. Take the gun. I don't need it anymore.
Pritchard, get this. The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know. Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out something.
After viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Picus, Detroit, Toronto, Mumbai, and Rio de Janeiro all report violent clashes taking place outside the doors of such well-known biotechnology firms as Kusanagi, Isole, and Sarif Industries. The footage sparked...
You don't need to babysit me, Mr. Jensen. I have no intention of killing myself anymore. Nor will I resist arrest when the police arrive. I assume your people have already contacted them?
If they haven't yet, they will be soon.
Then go. Use the information I gave you to track down your scientists. With any luck, they will still be alive.
The men who kidnapped them, the soldiers?
I don't know who they were. Only last names. Barrett and Namir. I sensed they were highly trained professionals.
Working for who?
I didn't ask. My brother, Ezekiel, put them in touch with me.
Your brother? Not Taggart?
Bill wouldn't be so stupid as to get his own hands dirty. I see that now. He's like Teflon. Nothing ever sticks.
This is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Picus.
Access granted.
Rioters are tearing the city apart. We'll be lucky if they don't burn the whole place down.
We've got some serious police brutality going on here. They're taking out anyone who looks at them sideways.
Fuck them cops, man.
Yeah, they can't tell us to get off the streets. We own these blocks as much as they do.
They must have locked up all our brothers.
I told you we was living in a police state.
This is it, man. The revolution is here. Pick up a plowshare and beat it. It's the start of a new world order. Our world order.
You know who's smiling right now? Fucking wringing his slimy hands? That Taggart bastard. I bet he's loving this. If an anti-AUG riot in Sarif's home city doesn't get him hard, nothing will.
Walk away, AUG. We Natchez are finally fighting back.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Picus. Detroit, Toronto...
Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it. Hey, I got a message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
Just try to stay relaxed. The riot can last forever, and we'll be free to go soon.
But my car, what if they vandalize it? I just got a new paint job.
You'll be alright. Just be happy that you're safe. You have your health. That's all that's important.
Oh God, do you think the company would cover the damage?
I doubt it. Any word on when we can leave the building? You'd be a prime suspect out there with all those implants.
Jensen, just who I wanted to see. Can you move my car? Probably not, huh?
We got the whole team in to handle the situation, Adam. It's under control. Imagine if they knew Hugh Darrow was in here talking to Sarif, the father of augmentation technology. They'd mob rush the place.
We received word from DPD, Adam. They think the riot's run its course. Apparently they're just mopping up out there. Shouldn't be long before we can send people home.
Mr. Jensen, did you hear? The cops picked up that Sandoval bastard. Found him hiding in the sewers. That's where he belongs, in the sewers. I'd be willing to bet he's behind this riot. Him and his Purity First henchmen.
Boss, you'll never guess what. That millionaire Hugh Darrow is here. Have you been up to see Mr. Sarif? He wanted to make sure you got up there. Maybe you'll meet Mr. Darrow.
I can just see them entire young all gathered around their TV screens watching Elijah Spy's coverage and laughing at us. Locked up in our offices because of a mob of lunatics.
On top of that, they're probably the ones running those super soldier drills in the first place.
Why can't the police just push all the rioters back so we can leave?
It doesn't work like that, Christian. There's something called civil order that needs to be maintained.
I just want to get home before the Pistons game. Hey, Adam, is it too much to ask to be allowed to go home after a hard day's work? Some hoops, a bag of chips, and a can of beer. Let a player play.
Adam, have you seen the footage everyone's talking about? I did. I don't know what the big deal is all about. Super soldiers is a bit of an exaggeration.
One of the security guys told me that the police picked up Dr. Sandoval. He gave himself up after Taggart denounced him. Doesn't seem like something a fanatic would do, does it? Makes you wonder who might have been giving Purity First their orders. Stop talking crazy or I'm gonna hang up. How did this suddenly become about you?
That damn Taggart and his Humanity Front crap? He caused this. He got up on his soapbox and caused a riot. This doesn't look good for the vote. The UN delegates are gonna see this and panic.
Say, Adam, I saw the Picus report. It's not true about the super soldiers, is it? Besides you, I mean. I know we've done some work for the DoD, but I just hope Mr. Sarif knows what he's doing.
I hate being trapped in here. Any idea how much longer it'll be before we can go?
Adam, I saw you on the news. I saw you take Taggart down a notch. You really showed him. I don't really believe he had anything to do with the attacks on Sarif Industries, though. His aide, maybe. He always did seem a little more unbalanced.
You, Darrow? Here? I guess Mr. Sarif is calling in a favor. We could sure use his endorsement with the UN vote coming up.
I can't believe we're trapped in here until the police can clear the plaza. Who designed this building anyway? Shouldn't there be another exit?
And members of the UN to tour.
I know this is for our own safety, but I want to go home. Couldn't we slip out the back way or something? The building can't be completely surrounded.
Damn. This riot is the worst thing that could happen with the UN vote coming up. Controversy like this plays right into Taggart's hands. The violence doesn't help either.
Man, have you got balls, Jensen? I can't believe you took on Bill Taggart in front of the press and won. Taggart can usually tap dance his way out of anything, but not when Adam Jensen's around. Way to put that man in his place.
Did you hear, Adam? The police got caught in a real firefight in the sewers with a bunch of Purity First terrorists. They must have a bigger following in the city than we thought. I bet they're behind this whole riot.
I hope your security measures are enough, Jensen. Those people outside are serious. I saw a car burning out there.
Just minutes ago,
Even if it was true that we were breeding a bunch of augmented soldiers and training them, what do they think stopping us from going home and throwing a bunch of rocks is gonna do?
Well, I guess they want the UN to see how mad they are, so the delegates will do something about it.
We're just workers anyway. Whether the footage is real or fabricated or not, the people who shot it are more powerful than they can even imagine. Think they care what the people think?
My dog must be starving.
Hey, Jensen, what do you think? I know we have a lot of contracts with DOD, but David would never build an army of augmented soldiers. Besides, don't they know how understaffed we are since we lost Megan and her group?
Jensen, do you know how long it takes for a dog to starve to death? He just had an operation, too. We had to remove his eye last week, so now he's bumping into furniture and starving.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening.
Jensen, rumors going around. What's this about Megan and her team actually being alive? You really think it's true? I mean, it's almost unbelievable.
I heard
It's
on the
been
scanner
6
that the
months,
cops
for
just
Christ's
took out a
sake.
group of Purity First activists in the sewers. Apparently they had an arsenal down there. Took those bastards completely by surprise, though. I guess they weren't expecting anyone to find them. Must have been asleep at the switch.
We received word from DPD, Adam. They think the riot's run its course.
Most of the employees made it out before the riot really got going. We got the whole team in to handle the situation, Adam. It's under control.
Access granted.
I heard you were out there, Jensen. How bad is it? I hope no one's been hurt. Damn. Why does it always come down to violence?
I wouldn't want to be augmented and be out there right now. Or be caught wearing a Sarif uniform. Not that I'm ashamed of the uniform, but there's no talking to those people. They tear me apart.
Jensen has instructed me to make sure none of us overreact. No unnecessary violence.
So what do we do if they start storming the front doors?
Just push them back. But here's the thing. If one of them manages to get inside, it's a free-for-all. You hear that, Kolzak?
No kicking in teeth unless absolutely necessary. Got it, sir.
So you're saying I can kill the guy if he gets past the door? And what if he gets one leg past? Is it still open season?
Once we were restraining this guy and I gave one kick too many. I shouldn't have kicked him at all, really. I mean, he was being held down.
The team has been briefed on your orders, sir. Defense of this building is our #1 priority. Anyone sticks his head in through that front door is gonna be in for a nasty surprise. We may be overreacting, but considering the attacks lately, I'd rather not take a chance.
We'll have to hang tight in here until the riot outside disperses. I wouldn't want to go out there right now. You never know what a mob like that can do.
Christ. What's with this super soldier BS? I know we've done some work for the DoD, but come on.
You hear that out there, Chief? The natives are more than restless. They're crazy. Anyone pokes their head in, we got the okay to shoot, right?
I heard you were out there, Jensen. How bad is it?
Some of the employees got really scared. Piled furniture to block the entrance. Not that I blame them. Who knows what those crazies are capable of doing?
Not sure if you heard, Jensen. Hugh Darrow's here, talking with the boss, I guess. Jesus, I thought that guy was dead. Mr. Sarif is calling in the big guns. He must be worried about the UN situation.
Sarif?
David's just stepped out for a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do come in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow. I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientists yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here as a friend and fellow scientist. Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree? So many people drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to intervene. And all because of the technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
The installation couldn't have been built without the assistance of augmented workers. And when it's finished, my little hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
If it works.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside? Get to the helipad, son. You're going back to Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, we had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning, the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
You're Adam Jensen, right? The security chief here? Your men did a good job securing this building when the riot broke out. If anyone would have been able to breach the front door, we would have had to deal with them harshly, if you know what I mean.
Were you just in the penthouse? Did they leave yet?
They?
The damn bodyguards. Like anybody's going to hurt the father of augmentation technology in this building.
There's a riot going on outside Athena. Frankly, I'm surprised he's even here.
Desperate times, Adam. You did some real damage to the Humanity Front's reputation tonight, but I'm afraid it may be too little too late.
Darrow said something about the United Nations being asked to intervene.
They're getting pressure from all sides now. And in this climate, we're having a tough time keeping people on our side. If we're to stop them from passing restrictive legislation on human enhancement research...
We need to call in the big guns. What's your take on Darrow?
He's brilliant. David's hero in his younger days. The late-night discussions they used to have. It was a sad day when he announced his retirement, sold off everything he had.
To fund Panchaea?
Oh, no, that came later. When he retired, I really do believe Hugh wanted out of the limelight. He seemed frustrated and tired more than anything else. But he's too much of a visionary to stay locked away someplace. Don't worry, David will convince him.
Boss said we're heading back to Hengsha?
Pritchard tracks Sevchenko's GPL signal. If he's alive, there's a chance the rest of them are too.
That's a pretty big leap, Jensen.
We've been making big leaps for a while now.
Whatever you say. You ready to get going?
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Then hop in.